wanted to tell you guys what's on my face today. So welcome to another lookbook video, because I think that this is the first look that I'm filming for this lookbook video. So for my eyes, I went in with the ColourPop Party Proof Primer and my Dewdrop Lip Oil and the Pretty Fresh Powder to set my primer. And then I went in with a brand new palette to me. I got this in the mail yesterday, so I went in with the Ace Beaute Aura palette. I ordered this because they were running a day of free shipping, and I really wanted to try this palette, so I did receive it yesterday. I got it in like 5 days. Like, I think the promo was running like last Friday, so like it was pretty fast shipping. So for my eyes, I decided to go in with the neutral shades today because I'm just going to my boyfriend's soon. So for my crease, I used the shade Hazy, like that mustardy yellow shade. It's so pretty. Then I darkened up the crease more with Nimbus, and then I used the shade Sultry on my outer corners. And then for the lid, I of course went in with the gold, which is the shade Sunburst, and it's a really beautiful gold shade. And then I just popped on Blanc Type on my brow bone as per usual. And then I used the shade Nimbus on my lower lash line just to smudge a little bit. And then I went in with this really pretty twinkly champagne-y color on my inner corners called Moonlight. So, and it's a really beautiful shade as well. So I'm very excited to try the rest of the shimmers in this palette, and the packaging is so pretty. So that's what I used today. And then for my liner, I went in with the LA Girl Brown Liner. And then I just used my ColourPop Act Natural Mascara for my top lashes. And then went in with Maybelline Lash Discovery on my bottom lashes as per usual. And then for my primer and everything, I just went in with the Do It Spray. I swear I keep on misplacing the primer. Here it is. And then for my primer, I just went in with my Say Glowy Super Gel Star Glow Primer. I can never say the name. And then for my tinted moisturizer, I went in with the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac, and I'm in the shade 10 Ultra Fair. I love this moisturizer. It's beautiful on the skin. And then for my concealer, I went in with the LYS concealer, the Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in the shade LG3. I love this concealer. I just hadn't used it in a couple of days, so I really wanted to use it today. And then I just set my under eyes and everything with the Haus Labs Blurring Powder in the shade Translucent. And then I just set the rest of my face with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder. And then for my bronzer, I went in with my ColourPop Matte Bronzer in the shade Alviva Beach. I think I've shown that shade plenty of times, so I'm not going to show it again. And then for my blush, I went in with the Urban Decay Afterglow Blush in the shade Indecent. This is a really pretty peachy shade, so I just wanted to use that. And then for my highlighter, I went in with an oldie but a goodie, which is Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Vanilla Quartz. This is such a beautiful highlight because it has like it's like the most beautiful vanilla undertone without being like a stark white. It's just gorgeous. It kind of has like a bit of peach and a bit of white mixed together. It's just stunning. I love this highlighter. And then I just set my face with my Do It spray, and then I just went through my brows with the ColourPop Brow Blush Gel. And then for my lips, I went in with the Maybelline with the MAC Cream Sheen lipstick in the shade Shy Girl. It's just a really pretty peachy shade, and I love this color. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so hey there guys. I wanted to tell you guys about another look today. I did work earlier today, so I wore like this purple lavender crisscross shirt that I got like last spring from Lucky. So I wanted to wear it today. It's a really cute lavender shirt, so I wanted to do like a purpley kind of look to go with it. So I just primed my eyes with my Anastasia eye primer and used the Dewdrop lip oil and the Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my eyes today, I wanted to do another look with the Ace Beaute Aura palette. I was really impressed with the quality yesterday, and honestly, it lasted so long on my eyes that I just really wanted to use it again. And I wanted to do a more purpley lavender look to go with my shirt. So I used some of the purples today, and I'm obsessed. I used the shade Soul in my crease. It's a really beautiful like lavender color. And then I used the shade Wishful, and I just darkened it up in my crease. And then I used the same shade that I used yesterday on my outer corners, which is the shade Sultry. And then this was the color that I was the most excited to use, and this shade is called Halo, and it's a stunning, like, goldish lavender color, and it was so gorgeous this morning, and honestly, it has not lost its intensity, and it still looks so pretty on the lids. I was blown away by this shade when I put it on, so I'm actually a lot more impressed with this palette than I thought I was going to be, and I think it's really nice. So I'm very excited to use it some more, but I actually just received a new palette in the mail today as well, because I did also order from another brand that I've never tried before, so you guys will probably see a look with that palette either tomorrow or the next day. So keep on the lookout for that. And then I just used my Blanc type on my brow bone as usual. And then, I'm not done with the palette yet. I don't know why I put it back. And then for the lower lash line, I just smudged Soul on the lower lash line. And then for the inner corners, I just used the same shimmer as yesterday, which is called Moonlight. And it's a stunning, like, taupey champagne shade. So I'm really loving this palette so far. So I'm excited to do more looks with it. And then for the eyeliner, I went in with the shade Amethyst Hour by ColourPop. This is one of the cream gel liners. It's just a really pretty, like, lavender pinky shade. And then for the mascara, I used, where is that? I just had it. Oh, it's right in front of me. The Rare Beauty Universal Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. I just grabbed that. And then I just used my Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my face, I primed with my Do It spray and then just my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I'm going to have to get more of this. I'm almost out of it completely, so I have to go to Ulta at some point and get more. And then for my foundation, I went in with my Makeup by Mario foundation today because I just really wanted to use it today. And it just looks beautiful on the skin today. I really liked how it looked, and it still looks pretty good. I'm in the shade 1C. I really am enjoying this foundation. It's probably like the 6th or 7th time that I've used it, and I really like it. And then for my concealer, I just went in with a really good concealer at this point, and that's the LYS Triple Fix. I just used it yesterday too. But I think this concealer is really nice. Even with, like, my troubled skin right now, it still lasts a really good amount of time underneath my eyes, and it still doesn't really even crease that much. That's honestly just my under eyes right now. So this concealer is freaking bomb. Like, I think I found one of my new favorite concealers ever. I love this concealer so much. And then I set my face with the, I think I used the House Labs powder. No, I used the Pat McGrath Labs powder today. And then I just set the rest of my face again with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my bronzer, I just wanted to use my Pat McGrath Labs bronzer again today. This is the shade Naked Desire, so I just went in with that. And then for my blush, I used Urban Decay's Fetish. This is the Afterglow blush in the shade Fetish. It's just a really pretty, like, cool tone mauve shade, so I wanted to use that. And then for my highlight, I went in with my Odin's Eye highlighter just because I really wanted to use it again. Because I used this, like, when, I think I used it, like, a month or two ago, but I love this highlighter. It's so gorgeous. It kind of has, like, a bit of, like, a pinky, orangey lavender color to it, so it really goes beautifully with this, and it just, like, has that duochrome reflection. So I just really wanted to use it again today. It's just a beautiful highlighter. I love these highlighters from Odin's Eye. I really want to get the new palette from them too, but I'm like, I literally just got this palette from Ace Beaute, and I just got a new palette in the mail, so I was like, I need to slow down a little. So those are my two palettes for May. I'm going to pick up the Odin's Eye one in June, but it also depends on what the new Nomad palette looks like, because I'm very excited to see that color story too. And then I just set my face with my Milk Makeup Spray, and then I just went through my brows with my e.l.f. Wow Brow as usual. And then for my lip liner, I used the shade Oh Snap by ColourPop. And then for my lips, I used the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Molly. And if you guys see that it's like kind of a bit overlined here. That's just my lips. It kind of just sunk into some of my dry skin that's on the side of my mouth right now, and I didn't really feel like reapplying it. But it's such a gorgeous, like, purpley cool tone color. It's so pretty. Actually, it's kind of like a warm tone purple. It's so gorgeous. I wish ColourPop would bring these back, but I don't think we're ever going to see them again, and so many people have asked them to bring it back. So, and yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys tomorrow for another look. Hey there, guys. So I want to tell you about another look for another lookbook look. I don't even know how to start these things. I just will tell you what I'm wearing. Let's just do that. So, for my eye primer, it's the same thing. The Party Proof Primer from ColourPop. ColourPop Dewdrop Lip Oil, and then the Pretty Fresh Powder to set that. And then I wanted to go in with the Citrus Punch palette from Simply Posh again. And I wanted to just use a couple of, I mean, I didn't really use too many different shades today. Oh my god, I forgot to do my inner corners. Call the presses. Hang on a sec. I think I'm going to use the same shade that I used yesterday. Can't believe I forgot that. I really hate when I forget that, so. And I will never stop doing my inner corners. I don't care what anybody says. God, I can't believe I forgot that. I just saw that I looked a little naked face. I was like, what is going on? I think I might take a trip to the outlets today. I don't have anything to do. I think I might do that because I kind of want to check out the cosmetics store there too, but I wanted to check out the Hot Topic. I don't know. Or I was just going to stay close by and go to Ulta and Target, which is probably what I'm going to do. Because I want to find a Sleeping Beauty t-shirt for Disney. So, alright. Do we have to pile it on? Okay, that looks way better. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that. So I basically used like most of the same shades as yesterday. I just used like a different lid shade and like one other shade on my outer corners. Like, I still used like these two shades. So I used Squeeze in the crease and then I darkened it up with, wait, hold on. I used this one. And then I darkened it up with Clementine, and then I used orange on the outer corners. And then for the lid shade, I was going to use Tangerine, but then I ended up using Tropical. And it's such a gorgeous, like, pinky orangey shade, so I decided to go in with that. And these, like, shimmers are so easy to use. And again, the mattes are just so soft and smooth that I really am just enjoying it. And then for the brow bone, I just popped on Blanc Type from MAC. And then for my inner corners, like I said, I went in with the shade Tangerine. So really nothing too different from yesterday. I was supposed to see my friend for lunch today, and she ended up canceling. And I was going to do like a green look because I'm dying to use the green. But she couldn't see me today. So hopefully another day. And then for my waterline, I went in with Peach Fuzz from ColourPop, literally the same one that I used yesterday. And then I just used, I don't know, I guess I wanted to use a lot of repetitive stuff, but you know, all the face products are different. And then I just used my Essence Lash Primer and then my ColourPop Act Natural Volumizing Mascara. That was just the first one that I decided to grab. And then I just used my Lash Discovery on the bottom lashes. And then for my face, I just used the Do It Spray and then the Say Star Glow Glowy Super Gel Primer. And then for my face, I wanted to use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade Fair 1. I really do love this product. It makes my skin look so nice, and even though it has like coverage, it gives you a really beautiful coverage to your skin. So I just use this all over my face when I just have like light makeup days like this, because I'm just going to run some errands today. I don't really have any plans now because my friend canceled. And I was thinking about hitting up my other friend and going out later, but honestly, like, I'm trying to save more money before I go to California, so I'm just gonna be home for dinner later. And then I just used my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. I also really love this concealer. And then I went in with my House Labs powder just to set my under eyes, and then I went back in with my Pretty Fresh powder from ColourPop. And then for my bronzer, blush, and highlight, I just used my ColourPop Alviva Beach. Still trying to use this guy up. This might be the only bronzer that I bring with me to California, but honestly, this is like a little big to travel with, so maybe the only one I might bring with me is the Pat McGrath. I'm thinking about it because I'm only going to bring one bronzer with me. I don't need more than one. I think I'm going to end up bringing this or my House Labs. Those would be like, or I might just bring my Gucci primer. I mean, Gucci bronzer. So I might bring the Gucci and the Pat McGrath or the Gucci and the Milani. Like, we'll see. But I really just want to bring one bronzer with me because I don't need more than one. And then for my blush, I went in with the Be Perfect blush. I don't know why I didn't keep these out of the packaging to show you guys. So I have one blush from Be Perfect and one highlighter. So I used the blush and highlight today. So this is the baked blush in the shade Scorched Heat, or I think it's just called Scorched. But it's such a gorgeous, like, peachy, orangey bronze color, and I absolutely love it. It looks so pretty. And then I used the coinciding highlighter from Be Perfect. This is the Polar Vortex highlighter in the shade 32 degrees Fahrenheit, or maybe it's just called Polar Vortex. I don't really know. And it's such a stunning gold on the cheeks. This one is just light enough for me to pull off. Like, it doesn't have like more of like a yellowy gold undertone. This is literally just like what I want a gold to look like on my skin tone. Like, this is just light enough for like fair skin tones to wear because it doesn't have like that super bronzy or yellowy undertone to it. So it's a beautiful highlighter, and it doesn't end up being too dark on me at all. So I always think it might be a little bit too dark, and then once I put it on, and I haven't used those in a hot minute, so I wanted to pull those out today. And then I just set my face again with the Do It spray. And I just set my brows with the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And then for my lips, I just decided to go in with this Rare Beauty lipstick in the shade Creative. I just felt like using it today, so that's what I used on my lips. And that is everything. And I still really like how the look turned out, even though, again, it is a little bit repetitive from yesterday. But the shade Tropical really picks up like the colors in the shirt that I'm wearing today. So I thought that this look was a little bit too orange with the v-neck that I was wearing, but I think it looks really good. So yeah, that's it. I think I'm just going to go to Ulta and Target. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for another look. Okay, so hey guys, so I wanted to tell you guys about another look today. So I just used my ColourPop Party Proof Primer, my Dewdrop Lip Oil, and my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder to set it. And then I went in with the Simply Posh Citrus Punch palette again today. I know, but I just really have been loving this palette. And I wanted to do like a different color combo with it today because I'm wearing my strawberry shirt from Anthropologie. So I wanted to do a pink and green look today. So I used the shade Quench in the crease. Then I darkened it up with Grapefruit. And then I used Blood Orange on the outer corners. And then for the lid, I went in with Flavorful. And then I went in with Blanc Type from MAC on my brow bone as per usual. And then for the lower lash line, I wanted to add a little pop of green, so I went in with the shade Lime. And then for my inner corners, I went in with one single from ColourPop, and then I kind of layered another shadow from the Simply Posh palette over top. So I used the shade Liar Liar, which is a really beautiful like soft light pink. Because the shades in the Simply Posh palette, like some of them aren't quite light enough for me to use on the inner corner. So I went in with Tropical over top, and I think it turned out gorgeous. I've been obsessed with this palette. I think all the looks have turned out so beautiful so far. The formula is a breeze to use. I really have been loving it. And then for my mascara and liner, I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Aglow because I wanted to tie in the green a little bit more. And then for my mascara, I just used my Level Up mascara from ColourPop on the top and bottom lashes, and then just my Essence Lash Primer. And then for my base, I used, of course, the Do It Spray and then the NYX Marshmallow Primer for my primer, because I wanted to use my NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil, and I used the shade Pale Light. I love this, and I haven't used it in a little while, and my skin's kind of getting back to normal, so I wanted something with a little bit more coverage today. And then for my concealer, I wanted to use my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I really love this concealer in the shade, what is the shade? 01 Fair. It's always the lightest shade and everything. Don't be fooled by the serum name of that concealer, because it has quite a lot of coverage, but it looks beautiful. And then I used the Becca Hydra Mist powder to set my under eyes and everything, and then I used the Pretty Fresh powder from ColourPop as per usual to set my face. And then for my bronzer, I decided to go in with a bronzer that I haven't used in a hot minute, and this is the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. It's a beautiful bronzer, and I just wanted to use it today, so I went in with that. And then for my blush, I used the Strawberry Blush from ColourPop in the shade See You Later. Seed You Later, I mean, not See You Later. I should have blended a little bit better over here, but it's really okay. I really need to leave. It's such a vibrant pink, but I love it, and since it's strawberry, I had to use it because I'm wearing my strawberry shirt. And then for my highlight, I used the Rare Beauty, what are these called again? Silky Touch highlighter in the shade Mesmerize. I was about to say Memorize. And I wanted to give this one another chance because I'm not like obsessed with it, but it does look really pretty today, so I do like it. And then I just set my face with my Do It spray again, and then just filled in my brows with a ColourPop Brow Boss gel. It's not really filling in, it's just putting brow gel in my brows. And then for my lips, I went in with the Tower 28 Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Shake. I just love this so much, so I use it all the time. And then for my, I wanted a bit of gloss on top just to like have that bit of like juicy glossiness, so I went in with the Strawberry Kiss gloss from ColourPop. This is one of the roller glosses. They definitely don't sell these anymore, but I wanted that because I'm wearing my strawberry shirt. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey there guys. I wanted to tell you about another makeup look today. And like I told you guys, I was going to be alternating between the Simply Posh and the Ace Beaute palette for this week. I think tomorrow is the last look that I need to do for this video, and then I'll be starting a new one. So for my eyes, I just prime with my ColourPop eye primer. I haven't really been working that much. The only day that I'm scheduled this week is Friday, and then this coming Sunday, and then that's it. Then I have no shifts until I come back from California. So I'm hoping like my boss will give me something before I leave. So I've just been, you know, wearing like my everyday products for my face. And then I just use the Dewdrop Lip Oil and then set my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh powder. And then for my eyes, I wanted to use the Ace Beaute palette today, the Aura palette, because I wanted to do like a reddish mustardy look today. So I took the shade Hazy first and used that in the crease, and I darkened up the crease more with the shade Chi. And then for my outer corners, I used the shade Sultry, and then I just pop Blanc Type on my brow bone. And then for the lid, I used the shade Entrance, which is a really beautiful reddish shimmer. It's like a burgundy shimmer, and it reflects really beautifully as well. And then for the lower lash line, I used the shade Nimbus, and then for the inner corners, I used the shade Sunburst because I wanted to tie in a little bit more gold, and I think it turned out really, really pretty because I'm wearing like this red jumpsuit today from Anthropologie. So I thought that this palette would be perfect to do a red look with it, and I'm just really loving the formula of this as well. I'm not in love with the matte formula in this palette as much as the Simply Posh, but I still think it's definitely better than what I had tried previously from Ace Beaute. But I also think my blending wasn't like the greatest today because my brush, I think I need to start using two brushes for my defining shade and my outer corner shade, because I feel like the outer corner shade, like when I tried to go back in and blend my defining shade, it kind of darkened up the red a little, so it didn't really let it blend a little better. So that was my error. Again, when it's my error, like, I don't worry about it as much as when, like, the eyeshadow, like, just straight up isn't performing, because it was. I just feel like that since my brush was already coated with the brown, that it wasn't really blending the red as well as I wanted it to, so that was kind of my fault, but it still turned out really pretty. I just didn't want to go back and blend more because I didn't want to over blend, so it is what it is, but I still think it turned out really pretty. And then for my waterline, I used the ColourPop gel liner in the shade Joyride. I think this is only the second time I've used this. I like it, but it does skip on the waterline, so you have to be a little careful with it. I just find that the formula of these are very inconsistent for me across the board. I don't know what it is. A lot of people love the ColourPop gel liners. I'm not a huge fan of them. I've never really been a huge fan of them. I feel like they're very hit and miss for me, so, but I just really wanted to use that color again. And then for my mascara, I used the Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara. I really do enjoy that one. And then I used my Maybelline Lash Discovery for my bottom lashes, of course. And then for my face, I just primed with my Do It spray, of course. And then I just used my I still can't ever say this, Star Glow Glowy Super Gel Primer. I don't know why it's so difficult for me to remember the name of that. And like literally every time I say it. And then for my tinted moisturizer today, I wanted to use the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. And this is the shade, I think this is the lightest shade in the line. It looks really dark when I first put it on, but it kind of like oxidizes to be like the shade of your skin. It's very weird, but I really do love this. And I forgot like how hydrating it actually is because I haven't used it in a while. And then for my concealer, I wanted to go in with the coinciding Wet n Wild concealer. This is the shade, this is the Photo Focus concealer in the shade Fair Beige. I've loved this concealer for quite a while. I think that's like my third or fourth one. And it's just a really good everyday concealer. And then for my powder, I used the Haus Labs blurring powder because I wanted to use that today. And then for my bronzer, I went in with the same bronzer that I used yesterday. I just wanted to use it again today, so I just used the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. I just wanted to show it a little bit more love. I just dropped my Snow White mirror. And then for my blush, I wanted to use the ColourPop Alice in Wonderland blush, but I felt like that was going to be a little bit too red for this look. So I decided to go in with my Rose Cut Gems palette from Jouer. I don't know why this palette got so much hate. I mean, like, a lot of people didn't like it. I freaking love this palette. This is actually my favorite product that I've ever gotten from Jouer. I love the blushes in here. They're so nice, and the highlight is beautiful. So I wanted to go in with this reddish shade called Garnet. It's kind of like a warm-toned reddish color, but it's not as harsh of a red shade that the Alice in Wonderland one is, so I wanted to use this one, so I used that. Duh. And then for my highlighter, I wanted to use the Moira Sun Glow Face and Body Highlighter in the shade 001 Sweet Champagne. This has been one of my favorite highlighters ever since I've tried it. It's so ridiculously sparkly, but it's not like super glittery. I mean, I love these kind of highlighters because I just don't know what happened to the blending there, but again, that's my error because it's just my brush right now. I just want a little bit more over here. It's just like, it's so stunning. Like, I could pack this on all day, but it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter. So that's why I wanted to use that. And then I just set my face again with the Do It spray, and then just set my brows with the Do It, with the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. And then for my lips, I just wanted to go in with the lip crayon from Tower 28 again. So I just used the shade Mix. I kind of crushed it a little bit in the tube because I kind of put it on before I put the cap back on. Like, I didn't twist it down all the way. But it always makes my lips look super juicy, and I just really like how it's pairing with this look. So yeah, I gotta go because I gotta go to my boyfriend's now. So bye. And I'll see you for the last look, I believe, tomorrow. I think tomorrow's the last look. So bye. Okay, so hey there, guys. I want to tell you guys about another look today. I actually got a few compliments on this look today, and I think it turned out so pretty. I mean, I think you know what palette I'm going to be using for this. But I think that this is the last look for this video. If not, we'll just film an outro tomorrow. We'll see. So I did work today. I finally got added onto the schedule today because I told her, like, I would like to have at least one more shift this week. So I just got back home. So I used the Anastasia eye primer because I always use that for work. And then I just used my Dewdrop lip oil. And then I set my eyes with my Dior powder because I usually use this for work. And this is the Backstage, what is this called again? Perfecting Translucent Powder. Natural Radiant Blur Effect All Day Matte Finish Powder. I love this powder. It makes my skin look so pretty. And then for my eyes, of course, I used my Simply Posh Citrus... What? My Simply Posh... My brain works faster than my lips sometimes, and my lips are like, what is your brain saying? So I used the Simply Posh Citrus Punch palette. What is this palette called? I don't know. I've been literally saying it for like the past 5 days. So yeah, I used this palette today, and I used mostly the yellows and the oranges for the mattes. So I started with the shade Lemon in the crease, and then I darkened up the crease more with Squeeze because I kind of wanted a bit of that like corally hint there still. And then I used the shade Orange on the outer corners. And then for my lid shade, I went in with the shade called Tangy, and it's this really beautiful, like, it's kind of similar to the Nomad Cosmetics Feats de Provence yellow shimmer that's in the center of that palette that basically everyone raved about when that palette came out. It's very similar to that color. I'm going to have to swatch those two to see if they're, like, dupes for each other, but this is such a beautiful, like, yellowy dual chrome greenish shimmer, and I love it. And then for my lower lash line, I went in with the shade Clementine because I didn't use this on the top crease, so I wanted to use it on the bottom. And then for the inner corners, I went in with the shade Tangerine, and I absolutely love how this look turned out. I absolutely love how the mattes layer in this palette. Like, they just seamlessly blend so beautifully together, and I would think that this orange shade doesn't give me enough depth, but when I actually used it for this look, it was just enough. I wanted to keep the look light and summery today, but it added just enough definition, and it just looks so beautiful. So I've just been loving this palette. And I just have been obsessed with every look that I've created with it because the mattes are literally phenomenal quality and the shimmers are so gorgeous. So I'm absolutely in love with that palette still. And then I just used Blanc Type on my brow bone as per usual. And then for mascara and liner, I used the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Peach Fuzz. I use this shade like all the time. I love it. And then I used the Gwen Stefani Can't Stop Staring mascara. I wanted to use my Fenty one, but I couldn't find it this morning, so I just went in with this one. And then I just used the Lash Discovery on my bottom lashes as per usual. And then for my primer, I just used the Do It Spray and then my e.l.f. Power Grip primer. I'm going to have to pick up a backup of this really soon. And then for my foundation, I used my Makeup by Mario foundation in the shade 1C. I just love this foundation, so I wanted to use it again today. I hadn't used it really for a few days, so I love the glow that this foundation gives my skin. So I just love this foundation. And then for my concealer, I went in with my new favorite concealer, which is the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. Ignore this crease under here. That's really just my eyes right now. My eyes are like kind of acting up again. It is not the concealer. It's literally just my skin right now. So that is not the concealer's fault. And I have it in the shade LG3. And then to set the rest of my face, I used the Dior powder again. And then for my bronzer, I wanted to go in with the Gucci bronzer today. So I used that. And I used the shade 01. And then for my blush, I just wanted to go in with the Makeup by Mario blush. So this is the shade, this is the Soft Pop powder blush in the shade Creamy Peach. I just love this color, and I thought it picked up, you know, the peachy color in my shirt really well, and I love using this when I can. I really love that blush. And then for my highlight, I wanted to go in with a loose highlighter, so I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose highlighter in the shade So Hollywood. Do you guys remember these? I still love these highlighters. They're so gorgeous on the skin. And do you see how intense it is still? And I haven't even reapplied it. It just looks so good. And then I just set my face again with the Milk Makeup Spray. And then I just used, well, I did use this to set the rest of my face again. I don't know if I showed it before. And then for my brows, I used the e.l.f. Wow Brow, of course. And then for my lips, I used the ColourPop lip liner in the shade Minute Man. And then for my lips, I used the Christian Dior lipstick. This is the Rouge Dior Matte Grand Ball lipstick. Well, it's in the shade 314 Grand Ball. So it's a really beautiful, like, peachy shade. And then for my gloss, I thought I needed a little extra juiciness to my lips. I mean, that one's so pretty, but I wanted to add a gloss over it. I used the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Cheeky. I've been wanting to use this for so long, but I really love using this in the spring and summertime. So I just wanted a little bit of extra juiciness to my lips today, and I thought it looked so pretty. So yeah, I got a few compliments on my eye look today, and that was just really nice. I like when people acknowledge my my effort. So yeah, that's it. So bye.